But it's WA debut. Red light blinking. Open back. At War, first of them to get going. Also jumping very quickly, Talon, and now striding over Bozoom from the outside. Likewise, taken on strength, is going to sit right over the speed early on. Right behind those came Payroa Lab when they settled, followed then by Silent Act with a length and a half back on the inside. Next of all to My Top Secret. It's gone up about worse than midfield. They're being followed then deeper on the track when they got going by 49er from its wide gate, getting back there into the field with Key Trade. A length and a half away then is At War, who'd lost ground after the start. It was back there in the field with Lone Hand Larry as well, and they're being followed further back behind them when they come towards the home corner. Cheeky Blonde with only a couple behind it, and there the debutante Prairie Angel, who's back towards the tail end of the field in company with Go Beal Go. Into the home straight now. They'd straightened up and going to the lead here at the top of the home straight, taken on strength, led the way down the outside. Quickly joining it is Bozoom though, and now also running on here is Silent Act on the outside. It's Bozoom, about a length and a half to Silent Act. The ex-Victorian responding well and really reaching for the line, Bozoom. Bozoom went home to win from a photo between Silent Act and At War, who finished on strongly. Behind those was 49er, and also there deeper out running on Lone Hand Larry. They were followed by Talon back there in the field. Also there not far away from them near the inside is My Top Secret. It was followed when they'd pulled up by Prairie Angel, who's beaten a few to the line, Key Trade included, and also back there when they pull up, taken on strength. It's amongst the last of them home, and also Go Beal Go. Waiting for the numbers. Number one, the winner, Bozoom, ridden by Chris Parnham. Bozoom, the brazen bow gelding at his first start here, just allowed to drift across, and he has been able to race on speed, dash at the top of the straight, beating Silent Act. At War, third in that photo. Fourth, number 4, 49er from an outside gate, a good run. 2 lengths and ahead are the margins. The time is a very sharp 1:10.53, 35.19, the concluding 600, 1:9.24. So a strong debut effort here by Bozoom, overcoming an awkward gate there. Let down really well, the brazen bow 4-year-old, and has dominated the race over Silent Act, getting through it despite the vet check previous to the race. And At War in third placing, fourth 49er. Those numbers are 1:9.24. Bozoom owned by Santo Waliado by Brazen Bow from Cornelia Marie, winning it at 7th start following 4 placings in Victoria. Trained by Neville Parnham. Chris Parnham there in the saddle, defeating 9 Silent Act by Smart Missile from Juggles, Bruce Watkins and Jason Whiting. And At War, Trevor Andrews, trained 4-year-old by War Chant from Dancing Pago, Alan Kennedy in the saddle. 49er, a good run there from a wide gate in 4th place. The third today, the Crown Perth Plate, over 1,000 metres at 12.59, and there are no alterations here in the next. Over the short course, 1,000 metres. Let's go to the yard now. We'll catch up and find out more about Bozoom, who was having its first run over here today for Neville Parnham. Chris Parnham aboard. He allowed the horse just ample time to find himself early from an awkward gate, and he pretty much dominated the race there. It was an impressive performance, Brittany.
It was, and quite interestingly, the horse that ran second in Silent Act, Bruce Watkins and Neville Parnham, just exchanging notes. They were at the same sale when they bought these horses. Do you remember what attracted you to Bozoom when at that Melbourne sale?
Oh yeah, he was a really, really nice looking horse, and Santo was looking at a couple of others and an I'm Invincible, and I said, well, we should go and have a look at this horse. I said, because he's a really good looking type, and by the time we got the stall, he'd already gone up there, and yeah, Santo, he actually got into a quick step, and we got up there, and he was walking in the parade ring, and yeah, we were insistent on buying him. Yeah.
You got him, and he's repaying you now. What was the reasoning behind having his first campaign in Melbourne?
Look, he was a super Vobis horse, and we were looking at sort of trying to reap the benefits of that. But yeah, a few little things went wrong. Shin soreness, and his second start he pulled up a bit sore, shin sore from. He ran second to Groundswell, who it's a nice horse, won pretty easy at the Valley last night, and a very expensive horse. But he always showed a lot of promise. But yeah, just interrupted preparations, bit of immaturity, but he's come good now. And when the COVID kicked in over there, I brought them all home here. So yeah, I think he should be able to win a few races over here for us.
Pre-race, you described him as a real casual type of horse, but we saw him up on his toe, and he's got pretty warm. He had a fair good sweat. Is that unusual for him?
It is a bit, yeah. You know, he was a bit toey around the stalls area too when it was all right to saddle up, but when he first got here. But yeah, a bit unusual for him. He's a fairly laid-back horse, and that's why he wears the blinkers. But when Chris gives him a little bit of a squeeze and a bit of a slap, he just goes into another gear. So yeah, that's a good sign from a horse, and I heard Darren say they ran pretty good time. So yeah, he's a promising horse with a future.
Clearly he just knows when it's race day. Well done.
Thank you.
Neville Parnham there. Chris Parnham obviously didn't ride on Wednesday after that incident at trials. Great to see that he's injury-free here today. Scott?
Yeah, it feels like he's been gone for 6 weeks, Britt, but he's back. Here's Chris Parnham. That trial most recently, Chris, he seemed to be a different horse once you actually got into him.
Yeah, he's a bit of a laid-back character, and once you sort of get into him, he's got a bit of a motor there, and he's a bit useless without shades as well, so they definitely help him.
Behind the gates there, it looked like he got pretty warm. Is that just him?
Yeah, well, there was a couple of horses that were a bit hard to load, and he had to wait a while, as they all did, but he just sort of got a little bit hot.
You got to the leader very, very quickly there at the top of the home straight. Were you always confident you were going to have enough to hold them off?
Yeah, I was pretty confident. Once I was sort of asking for an effort, he was sort of given to me straight away. So, you know, he had really good form in Melbourne. A horse that won last night that he actually ran second to in a maiden, and it's a group horse. So that just sort of shows the quality that he was up against early in his career. So hopefully he can end up being a nice horse here.
Now it's our favourite game of the week. What is the best for Chris Parnham?
Would have said Clairvoyance, but can't say that now. But probably Celebrity Queen.
Good luck for the rest of the day, Parnes.
Thank you.
Is there on Bo Zoom at his WA debut, career start number 7, and he opens the account. This son of Brazen Bow, trained by Neville Parnham.